What's up, everybody? How's your Friday night going? What are y'all doing today? You having fun? Staying out of trouble? I've been busy working all day. It's official. The what is back? Hold on, I gotta read this thing. The Eddie Block Show. Man, AI is messing the world up, isn't it? And now, we were looking over the videos the other day going on about the Epstein video, and I was like, it's all the way how blurry it was and stuff. I was like, how easily I could fudge this video just using my software that I have, right? I use this software called Premiere Pro, and what I can do is say I wanted to change the time on there. It's called masking. So you put a mask on there, and then you say on top of I want it all to be blended in, so you can't tell I'm taking this part out, and then an AI does it for you. Number one, but then on top of that, then you place another timer, right? And I mean, the timer looked, it kept looking a little way too clear for me, if you ask me. But yeah, so there's a lot of stuff on it right now over there in Xland. Let's go through X and let's see, because they are now saying that the video has been edited using AI. Oh yeah, this is funny. Look at this. So they're like illegal immigrants arriving in Italy with animals. I'm like, why don't you leave this dude's wife alone, man? Leave his wife alone. Come on, the man picked out his wife. He made his choice. I mean, we don't gotta mess with them, do we? Oh yeah, that's right, we do. It's like it's our job. It's our job to mess with these people. I mean, why are you bringing over? Let me see. I'm trying to see. Is that a lamb or a sheep? There's a difference, isn't there, between a lamb and a sheep? My sister used to have like 13 sheep. I should know the difference, but I was a young kid back then. Um, oh, Sean Ryan, man, I can't wait for this to come out. I guess you can go to his Patreon to see it early. I'm not sure, but Sean Ryan gets down to it, and he is interviewing uh, Gavin Newsom. So this is something I want to see. Let's watch the preview clip. The fires. So I saw somewhere he gave him a gun. Fuck you. I thought he was. I thought he was going to mention when my buddy Ben Berkholm stopped the whole entire ceremony, but he didn't. I bet you that was staged. How much you want to bet that was staged? How long until your kid is out there working in the fields making money for you? Yeah, shut up. There. How many times you cheated on your wife? You know how he's not telling you exactly yes or no. Do you think he's going to push him hard on that question? You're trying to understand it, huh? I really want to watch this episode. I really do. That's why I'm a pure blood, y'all. So I really want to hear this now. Oh, shut the hell up. No way in hell Joe Biden would go on the Sean Ryan show. This is going to be a good episode to watch. What about when he was on TV and a comedian and a host? This this is definitely going to be interesting. You know, it seemed like he threw some softballs over there to Gavin Newsom. I don't know, they mentioned some stuff in there that I'm wondering. I'm wondering. So these have been going on today. There's some pretty good ones of these today. Like "Welcome to America, time to pick weed." So if you didn't hear, the people, the place they raided the other day in Camarillo, well, the owners are big time donors to Gavin Newsom. Yeah, and they found, I think it was either 8 or 10 minors working there, illegal immigrant minors working there. So that's why they're doing this. Welcome to America, time to pick some weed. Like, here we go. Liz TikTok says it right here. Newsom's donor's cannabis farm under federal investigation for child labor violations. 9 unaccompanied children rescued as protesters clash with authorities at Glass House Farm facilities. We were watching it last night. We watched it. So I saw this, and the Hodge twins shared this. So this is something interesting I want to look into. It says, there you go. John Roberts is on Epstein's flight logs. You can't make it really big here. But look, there's DFW, so that's Dallas, Fort Worth. You can't really see. Let's see what the next one shows, if it's bigger. Chief Justice Roberts is responsible for all 11 FISA court judges who allowed illegal spying on Trump. Very interesting how that works, huh? I don't know. Oh, wait, here we go. What's this one? It says on 28 August of 2016, filed for permission to execute Project Folsom at the request of U.S. President seeking intelligence gathered into Trump. Yeah, this is something that just came out, too. So it's kind of interesting. You know, we'll show you a little example of the Sean Ryan show. Let's watch this. Wow. Yeah, I used to love watching Shark Tank, and all they were talking about, you got to build it in China. You got to get it cheaper. We got to build it in China. And that was even Mr. Wonderful. And now, I don't know what his position is anymore. Maybe he's on Fox News a lot, or is it CNN? I forget which one. But yeah. Well, I'm not going to share his whole video. You guys go check it out. It's a Sean Ryan show. Hope actually was the person who got me onto to watching his show, and they're a little lengthy for me. I can't make it to the full episodes, which is funny. I can stream for 6 hours all day long, or even 12 hours, but yet I can't watch a show like this for that long. It's weird how that works. Now, here's what I don't get. Why we have had so many of these protesters at ICE events going after the police and the cops, right? Or the ICE agents, whatever, HSI, all of them. And they're throwing rocks, they're breaking windows, and nobody ever gets arrested for it. I thought that's the whole point. Panda's sleeping as she's moving her legs. I thought that's the whole point of having the National Guard and stuff out there, right? Why aren't they arresting these people that are throwing rocks at them? And watch, this is a good example of what they're doing here. Yeah, broke the mirror. They just keep on driving. He stopped for a second. Oh, he ran over the bike. That's why he stopped. Look at this. They're breaking the window out. And you know the worst part of all, they're anti-ice, but aren't there illegal aliens in there? So they're hitting their own people. It's just insane, folks. Like how come nobody's getting out and arresting these people? We saw yesterday a guy pull a gun out and start shooting at him. And I'll show you a link here in a minute because they show us as much of his face as they haven't been able to get, and they're offering $50,000 if you can find him. Woman plans to drive 19 hours to show resistance to alligator Alcatraz. I haven't. I watched like a few seconds of this. No, you know what she's doing? She's sitting there asking for money. She's begging for money. Right? Let's see the whole video. Liberal white woman. 19 hours. Uninhabitable, huh? So she's gonna quit her job, according to what it sounds like. I can't continue working. So it sounds like she's gonna quit her job to go to Alligator Alcatraz to just sit there and stand there and protest. Like honestly, what do people like this think that they're gonna do? Oh, you're gonna show up and you're just some little 20-year-old kid from I don't know. She's 19 hours from probably from like Boston or something like that. No, she doesn't sound like Boston. But anyways, and she's gonna show up and I say you shouldn't be doing this. So then the whole entire government's gonna say, whoa, 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 okay, okay, I'm sorry, young lady. Since you told us you're not gonna stand for it, we're gonna stop it. We're gonna stop it right now. Wait, look at her name, Flower Loving Crybaby. Flower Loving Crybaby. So then why are you going? Here comes the grift. Oh, I barely have enough money to make it there with gas, and you're so then why the fuck are you going? Your privilege. Concentration camp. Oh my goodness. You are crazy. You're an idiot. You're an idiot. Okay, flower loving crybaby. Okay, real quick, we gotta see. We gotta see. Let me see if I can go to TikTok and find flower loving crybaby. TikTok. Okay, let's look up flower loving crybaby. Look, oh, people search for it already. Oh, here it is. Um. Oh wait, now somebody's talking about it. Where's the audio? Oh, there's audio down there. She's not doing anything. She's probably asking for freaking money. Hold on. Oh, there's flower loving crybaby. Let's see. So it's got 270,000 hearts, 13,000 messages. What does it say here? Would oh look, she put in if you want to send gas money, my Venmo is Taylor whatever. I love you all and thank you. See, I told you it's the grift. It's a grift. It's a grift. All a grift. You're not crazy. You're brave. I'm sending love from New Jersey. Shut the fuck up. And that's what that's another reason why I don't go to these events and stuff anymore. I never asked for money for it, right? But all these people would watch us, and they'd watch us go to these events, and they'd act all tough. But then nobody ever shows up to be in arms with you. Like I have certain friends that will. Like, oh my gosh, fucking, if something were going wrong, I guarantee you, Graw would show up and go there with me. My friend Linda Hanna, she always goes to those events, and she would always stand by my side and be like, "Eddie, I'm here with you, brother. Let's go do this." You know. Um, if it was that bad, I'm sure Andy from college, most of my subscribers would probably go with me, right? Because I have a great group. We have a small group, but it's a great group of friends. When I went January 6th, drunk uncle was gonna risk everything to drive up to DC to make sure I was safe. But there's those people that just, oh yeah, I'm right behind you, yeah, but they're armchair quarterbacks. It's like, and I get it. A lot of people can't go out and do something, but most of the time, nowadays, most of the people that go out and do this stuff now, they're all grifters. And then they call me a grifter saying I'm grifting when I never even asked for money. Like I posted a post the other day because they're talking about reparations and stuff like that, and how black people are oh my gosh, my brain's freezing right now. But you know what they call themselves, oppressed. And I was like, so you guys think you're oppressed? And I wrote, I was born with eight birth defects. I had 7 surgeries the first week of my life. I've had over 60 surgeries. I've been in chronic pain all my freaking life. I have issues with controlling my body parts. I have issues with this. I have issues with that. And you want to say you're oppressed? I'll trade my life with yours any freaking time. And some person, oh, you're just grifting. I'm like, what the fuck do you mean grifting? I'm just trying. And it was all black people. They said, oh, you're just a grifter. And then they fucking blocked me. It's like, it's just insane. Anyways. So once again, this was from yesterday. If you weren't here yesterday, we watched this, not live. We watched it after the fact, but we watched the whole video. And this was in Camarillo, which is down south for me. Even when I lived in Lompoc, it's still further south than Lompoc. So it says 9 unaccompanied minor children were rescued from what looks like exploitation, violations of child labor laws, and potentially human trafficking or smuggling situation, despite violent protesters' efforts to disrupt ICE worksite enforcement operations at California marijuana facilities yesterday. So the FBI issued a $50,000 reward for information leading to the conviction of an unknown subject who appeared to fire a pistol at federal law enforcement. So if you guys know who this dude is and you feel like making $50K, call him out. Name him and stuff. But they're saying, no, and first we saw a video of kids running in the fields, right? But there was already protesters out there. I'm like, how do you know those aren't the protesters' kids? Well, now we'll see it. We have a post of it where they actually found out it was 9 kids working in the fields. 9 kids. This is not a good one, I don't think. It shows the guy. Yeah, I don't think this one's going to show the video of the guy. And even after ICE left last night, they were still going out there and they were like, don't videotape this live. We don't want the people to see the illegal aliens that we're hiding. I've seen this a couple of times and I wasn't going to say shit about this. What's up, Boris? Another Antifa member will be the one that collects the $50,000. Hey, you know what? If it catches somebody that's shooing at ICE, Well, you know what? Then give them the 50K. They're probably going to use it to just buy more weapons and stuff to go against us, but still. So I've been seeing this video, and I didn't want to say nothing, right? They're asking, okay, they're asking who's at fault here. I'm going to turn the volume down because I don't know what song this is, and it doesn't sound very good. So you got a bicyclist riding here, and you got a truck that's turning in. And let's watch it real quick. So the bicyclist going, and he runs into the truck. A lot of people were saying, oh, it's the truck's fault. He should have looked. Well, not really, not in my opinion. So number one, you know, bicyclists have to follow the same rules as cars do. And I know I know a lot about sidewalks. I'm crippled, man. I gotta go on the sidewalks. So I know all about the laws. At least I try to. You cannot ride a bicycle on the sidewalk. I've seen people get pulled over and get ticketed for it. Right? It's against the law to ride on the sidewalk. So number one, he's wrong there. But the truck is slowing way up here, and you could already see him turning in. Why isn't this guy watching? Look, you already know that truck is turning in. If I was in this guy's position, I'd be hitting the brakes already. What do you guys think? Is this guy just trying to scam the truck out of money or something for the insurance or what? Look at that. He ran right into it. No need at all. No need at all. I think it's the bicyclist's fault. The truck if he was riding on the street, the truck driver would have seen him in his right side mirror, or he would have passed him and be like, okay, I got to be careful turning because there's a dude on a bike, right? Just me saying. And once again, how come they don't have guards out here? That, they're breaking all these windows. Why don't they have guards out there? Let's hear what Stephen Miller's saying. Arrest these fucking people. Oops. What's up, Boris, by the way, if I didn't say it? $160 fine? Wow, Boris. $160. Okay, so look here. Look here. So at first, when I saw this, I was like, well, I seen kids there, but it could have been the protesters' kids. But no, these are the kids that actually they caught in the building. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and maybe a 10th. So it looks like there's 10 kids working there. And granted, yeah, they're probably 16, 17-year-olds, but still, they're illegal immigrants here working. And from what we all have learned, and it's not true 100% of the time, but most of the time, when a coyote brings you across, if you don't have the cash to pay up front, then they send you to go work, and they put you to work. Hiya, Eddie Block, you awesome sucks. Awesome sucker. What's up, Alina Abba? If only you were the real Alina Abba, I could use your help. If only. Oh, I need to put up studio links. I thought you said I sucked. I thought you were being one of the trolls that like to come screw with me. Faces are all blurry, so they're related to Bigfoot. Sure. Are you related to Bigfoot? I don't like how Stephen Miller talks. This administration, right? I like the guy. I just don't like how he talks. Children. Look at this. How come these people aren't getting arrested? Why aren't they getting arrested? Oh, come on. Don't tell me this dude's wearing a Clayton Kershaw jersey and doing that. Is he wearing a Clayton Kershaw jersey? Hold on. Come on, back up. I guess I can't back up. He had a Dodgers jersey. It looked like a number 22 on there. Sound. Oh wait, is that Get Some? Holy shit, Get Some! How you been, my good buddy? What's up with the name change? I was meaning to text you. I was gonna text you. Get Some. Oh no, it's 42. Okay, it's not a Clayton Kershaw jersey. Good. So, by the way, folks, back in July, I mean in June, it's July now. The Dodgers wore pride hats and stuff like that, and you, if you're on the team, you had to wear a pride hat, a Pride Dodgers hat. Clayton Kershaw is very Christian, and he's firm in his beliefs. And so, what he did is, since they made him wear the pride hat, he put uh, I forget what verse it is, but the Sodom and Gomorrah verse. Oh, it was great. Boris says so his buddy got a ticket for riding on the sidewalk in Anchorage. He took a defensive driving course to get 2 points back, but he crashed on a bike. I crashed on my bike though, and I'm talking about bicycle. What name change? Dang, Get Some's messing with us now. Why you messing with us, Get Some? How you doing, my friend? How you doing? By the way, it's not going to happen anytime soon, but in 2026, I'm planning another cross country trip, and I might find another service dog for a veteran. So I might stop by and say hi to you over there in Texas, buddy. See, once again, I said, how come they don't have the guards out there? So, and if you guys didn't know this, I talked about this earlier. Gavin Newsom uh, gets funding from the cannabis farm that had those illegal aliens and minor kids working there. They're his donors. They're his donors. Watch this. Let me go up and show you this, because there was a great. This was great. Time to pick weed. Welcome to America. There's a lot of good memes going around right now between the Epstein files and everything else. And I was looking because you love me. um, there's been a lot of or actually, so Boris put me on to the body language guy, Jose Enrique Rosas, and he did that whole thing on the Epstein the other day, and I thought maybe he was going to do another one, but he hasn't done another one yet. Always got to check him out. Man, you're still dealing with that chemo stuff. I'm sorry, Get Some, but I'm really sorry. That's awful. I'm sending my prayers. And Boris is here with us. Boris, we gotta this Sunday we gotta say a prayer for our good friend Get Some over there in Texas. I watched my mom go through chemo, and my ex fiance died of chemo, and it's not a good thing, man. So I'm praying for you, Get Some. I love you, man. You're a good friend. When I'm driving, and if you see me getting tired, you'll call me just so I can stay up and awake. So, the kind of friend you are. I love it, man. I love it. I don't think it's gonna let me do commercials again today. What's up, future? Boris says Glass House has been busted for not paying the employees, and the protesters are mentally challenged. Get Some says, I'm gonna make it. God has a plan. I love it, Boris. I love it. I mean, Get Some. That's the only way. That's the only way. The only way you can think, right? God bless you, man. God bless you. At least you get a whole bunch of fun stuff in the news to watch lately, right? So, all right. So look at this. Karen Maribel says, LA will now provide cash assistance to immigrants affected by raids. They're gonna start giving freaking money to these fucking illegal aliens, right? But look what I wrote. And how many homeless veterans are there in Los Angeles? Oh yeah, you don't care about veterans because they fought in wars and risked their lives to better this country, not destroy it like you. Not destroy it like you. Oh man. Oh. Jasmine Crockett claims most people vote the wrong way due to a lack of education. So I put, so you agree Democrats are uneducated. I was having some fun today. So today the ICE has been going through San Francisco the last couple days, and they didn't play around today. Watch, if you haven't seen this video, this is a good one. Look at them. They're trying to stop the ICE vehicle. He just running right over. And oh wait, I was trying to figure out what street is that. That's not Mission Street. It says in the Mission Local, but that's not Mission Street. This is downtown. Wait, what street is that? I can't see it. Oh my gosh. I was a plumber in San Francisco. I guarantee you I've been down this street before. Look at this. I love it. They're just taking their bikes. Okay, this dude looks like he don't fuck around. I don't like the man ponytail back there, but this dude looks like he don't fuck around. And what's up with man buns? I saw on Patrol Live tonight they had a guy with a man bun too, and I was like, so I took a picture and I'm like, man, what's up with these man buns? I'm growing my beard out. I'm still trying to grow my beard out, and actually, it's getting pretty good, huh? I can reach all the way up to about above my glasses with them. And I took a picture, right? And so some guy says, I like the beard, but I really love your hat. I was like, nice. In fact, let's see. Where is it? Where is it? Where was it? Oh well, it doesn't matter. Oh, here it is. So look. Uh-oh. Oh, it's on full screen. Damn it. What did I just do with that thing now? Where'd it go? Liar, liar. I got David Divine songs in my head now. Oh, here it is. See, look. The dude's like, I like your beard, love the hat. You gotta love it. You gotta love it, you know? I love this hat. I mean, can't you tell I've worn the hell out of this hat out? This hat's totally destroyed. Totally destroyed. And I had like 10 of them that I just wore out. I love this hat. Anyways. Watch him run the people over right here. He just threw her down. I love it. I love it. Future says, "Get some. May the Father bless you and keep you comforted in His love." For where there. Oh wait, I wasn't showing the video. Shit. Get some. May the Father bless you and keep you comforted in His love. For where two or more gathered, His mercy is there. Amen. Amen. Boris says, even colleges in California went online just like lockdown days, so illegals don't have to go to school or work. Yeah, I saw that. I think I shared that post. Trump gave orders for anything for ICE to chase down and arrest anyone throwing stuff at ICE. Oh, so now they got orders. They can finally stand up for themselves. That's good. Somebody, I bet, tried and found out. Yeah, they sure did. They sure did. Uh-oh, ACs. Is there a delay with Eddie? What do you mean delay? A delay? There's always a delay. A delay? Is my voice not matching up? Is my So you didn't see that? I'm sorry, you didn't see the last part of that video because I had it off screen. Watch this. Watch him start running his people over. A 21-minute delay? Holy sheep shit, Batman. Holy sheep shit, Batman. Okay, here. I can help you guys. It's hard to see. Here, you can look at my. Oh, you can't see my timer up there. Okay. So it's automatically going to be like 30 seconds down below. It's 9:43 right now. It's 9:43. So where you're at, it's 3 hours ahead. So it should be 12:43, right? Isn't that what it is? Yeah, I was watching by myself and not sharing. I'm a little greedy bastard like that. I don't want to share everything with you fuckers. Um, Look at this. California lawmakers approved giving taxpayer money to nonprofits to deliver food to illegal aliens hiding from ICE. And not only that, they get kickbacks. They're getting kickbacks. They're getting kickbacks. I'm good. I know I'm good, AC. I know I'm good. Due to the Hashburger weed is my guess. Seems like there's a theme tonight. Maybe. Strain name Hashburger. Shame. Oh, is that a strain name? Weed? But I'm ashamed to live in this state. I live in the mountains and we don't put up with the legal BS up here. We don't. Everybody, if I go, the minute I pull out my driveway and I turn right, there's Trump stuff. There's Trump stuff over here. There's Trump stuff over there. Even my veterinarian down in Madeira, you know, I've been going to her for 15 years. And, somebody stole it. I had a magnet on the back of my truck that says, "My dog is smarter than Biden." And I go to my vet and she has the same exact sticker on her truck. "My dog is smarter than Biden." I was like, I knew I picked the right vet. In fact, after January 6th, um, because I got to take each dog in every year for their checkups so they can get their Simparica Trio medicine and stuff like that. And that's they're for the bloodworms or heartworms or whatever, and for fleas and ticks. And so she comes in, and I was like, "What's up, Dr. D?" And she's like, "Well, I want to know, how are you doing, Eddie?" And I'm like, "What do you mean, how am I doing?" "Well, my staff came in the back and they were kind of gossiping about you. They're like, 'That's the guy from January 6th. And I was just worried about you. Are you doing okay? Is there anything I can do to help you?'" And this is from my vet, right? I was like, "No, I'm doing great, but I really appreciate you thinking about me." So, and they all know me. Like the other day, I had to go pick up their Simparica Trio medicine, and I just walk right in, and they're like, "Are you here for Donnie, Panda?" Or they automatically know me when I go in there. Boris, do you remember that magnet? I know, right? How high is this dude? Shouldn't this be illegal? So, what city is this, by the way? It says California lawmakers. I don't know who that is, but that's some bullshit, right? I When I lived in Madeira, across the street there was a recycling center, and then there was a church, and every Friday I'd always see cars lined up for miles going through there. And so I went up there one day and there's a line of people standing there too. And I was like, "Hey, what is all this?" And they're like, "Well, It's the food bank. You can come in here every Friday and get some food for your house. And I was like, really, anybody can get this? And they're like, yeah, we. It doesn't matter who you are, just come on through. So, well, I had a pig, right? And so I went in there to try and get some food for me, but it was all stuff that I was allergic to. So I would feed most of it to my pig, right? But I digress. And all the people that were there were all, none of them spoke English. Not a single word of English. But they're there, they know how to find the free stuff, right? They sure do. So Cat Turd said this is huge, and I'm really not liking Cat Turd that much anymore. It says new tariff revenues grew to a record $27.2 billion in June, producing a $27 billion federal budget surplus for the month. And so, of course, me being the smartass that I am and not liking the one big beautiful bill, I put yeah until the one big beautiful bill gets passed, right? Because I mean, look, the big beautiful bill is going to add $5 trillion to our budget deficit. All right, you know what? I am going to. So I have 10 people in here. I'm gonna rumble myself real quick. I'll be right back, guys. I'm rumbling myself because I should be allowed to have a campaign already. Here we go. See, I had to rumble myself to get it. Okay, Deep State Detoxes, I get 28 cents. I get 28 cents from Rumble Premium and 21 cents from coffee. Let's do the Deep State Detox for that extra 7 cents. And Rumble Premium is always a long one. Accept and start. Here we go. Oh, this is a long one too. Not too long. This used to be a world conquered and ruled by great men of action. The Greeks, the Romans, and the Babylonians. So why are we so lame? Why is it hard to even get out of bed sometimes? The answer is simple. The modern world fills us with chemicals and takes our freedoms. That's what Deep State Detox is here to fix. It's a new supplement for patriots, for freedom lovers, for anyone who wants to reclaim their bioessence purity. It's designed to help promote cellular repair, invigorate the subconscious, and fire up your body's natural renewal mechanisms. And it's filled with the kind of stuff Big Pharma and the government don't want you to know about. No heavy metals from government backed industries lining your colon. Break free of the Wi Fi and 5G signals beamed into your brain. Don't let seed oils from government subsidized corporate farms turn you into a zombie. You don't have to consent to taking their pills. It's your right to take these capsules and embrace health freedom over mind control. Where is it? Oh, you gotta, so deepstatedetox.com. Go check them out. There we go. We got that out of the way. Deep State Detox. Let's see what this is. Deepstatedetox.com. Let's see what they cost. So, because when I promote something, I do like to know what I'm promoting. Right? Future says, I think he had in the couch too, watching and listening to vids and not sharing with us. No weed today. No, I haven't had weed for a while. Now there's no chat. All right. So when I do a commercial, I like to look it up to see what it's all about. Heavy metal, seed oils, Wi-Fi signals. It's a toxic world. Protect yourself without cutting back. We're all born with bioessence purity. That's what they talked about. Deep State Detox unflavored, orange, or mixed berries. Oh, it's all powder. I would probably get the unflavored, but let's see. Let's see what kind of calories and stuff is in this thing. Where's the backside? Show me the backside. I want to see the ingredients. Doesn't it add like $5 trillion to it there, AC? I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. Why won't they show you the back? They don't show you the calories and stuff on here. I don't like that at all. Product info. They don't show you the calories. I want to see the. I don't like that. I don't trust it when they won't show you what the ingredients are and stuff like that. Does anybody know? Has anybody tried this stuff? I don't think I've seen anything from President Trump on that yet. I don't. Let's go to frequently asked questions. Maybe it's on there. There is no frequently asked questions. Okay, well, I don't know. I'm not gonna try it yet till I want to see the back of it. I want to know how many calories are in it. Is it coffee? I think it's just like a powder that you add to a drink. Feeling sluggish. Let's see. It doesn't really tell you much. Okay, here we go. Is the fuel for a new movement. The movement stands for freedom, security, the future, and traditional values. The proprietary blend mixed by one of the world's leading supplement manufacturers is designed for maximum impact. The weight's heavy, dragging us down. Deep State Detox is a careful all-in-one stack that can promote cellular production and invigorate the subconscious and take control. But look, it doesn't tell you like how many carbs are in there. You know, I'm on keto. Is it keto friendly? I'm not on keto right now, but so that's what I don't like. It does not because of the terrorists are bringing in money that isn't considered in the CBO report. Yeah, but so this is something you and I are going to disagree on. Here's the problem. I think that before we start, just because we're bringing more money in, let's get our deficit down to zero, then start adding more money into the system. Sounds like collagen. What is? I've heard collagen before, but I don't know exactly what it is. So I know you and I are going to disagree on that, AC, but I'm part of the Dave Ramsey crew, and I'm not good at it. Like hell, today I was sitting there, and I like watching F1 racing, and there's a new F1 game out, and it's on the PlayStation 5, and I was like, I just paid off my Best Buy credit card. I can afford to buy one of those, and I stopped myself. I'm like, nope, 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 nope. You still got a whole bunch of other credit cards that are high up. So I just spent $4,000 on my credit card for my truck, putting in the new bank's equipment and stuff. I just spent. I don't even talk about how much money I spent on my new tiny home. Anyways, this guy is a sick, disgusting person. So a liberal man was outraged at a mother for covering her child's eyes as he rode his bike past them naked. You gotta be kidding me. Now I get it. I think there was some event where it was a nude bicycle around town or whatever, but still, not everybody knows. There's no sound. There's no sound on that. Hold on. Let me see what I did here. Oh, I know what I did wrong. When I refreshed it, it goes to the other microphone. Okay. Now you should hear me. I'll play it again. Thank you, AC.
200 nude bikists going by, and there's this mother, and she's got her kids pointed away from us, and she's covering their eyes. And when I went by them, I said to the mother, I said, oh yeah, cover their eyes. Our human body's a sin. That's all I said. It's not a sin. There's like 200.
You know what? I don't agree with that either, Miracle. I don't agree with that at all. Yeah, you got to spend money, right? You got to spend money, but you gotta raise the money first. It's not a good idea to go into credit card debt to start a business. Not, not. Like I said, you can disagree with me all you want, but I'm a big Dave Ramsey fan. And every time he's like, well, Dave, I can buy this house and rent it out, And he's like, do you have enough to pay for it in cash? And they're like, no, I can get a loan for 100% of the house. And he's like, have you never listened to my show? You don't ever do that. You don't buy a house even if you have to put 25% down for credit to make it a business. That's you're just what happens if the person doesn't pay rent that month and then they don't pay rent the next month and you don't have enough money to pay your loan, then they're going to repossess the house from you. You never do that. Never do that. And I've done that stuff in the past before, so I've learned my lesson, and I have to agree. I have to agree with Dave Ramsey. But anyways, like I get it. They have a day where you're supposed to ride your bike nude or something. It's against the law, and they do it anyways. And but not all parents are, know, hey, today's bike nude day, right? Because you don't expect it to be people riding around nude. And this guy's getting mad at her. It's disgusting. Disgusting. Here we go. I don't know if it was, I think it was Hope that showed me this before Boris. But look at this. Breaking news. The footage from Jeffrey Epstein's cell that was released by the Department of Justice was edited with Adobe Premiere Pro, stitched from 2 clips, and was saved 4 times per Wired magazine. Wired magazine. Wired magazine is I used to read it a lot. It's all about technology and stuff you can do with it. And so they're saying the metadata shows what was done to it. I figured as much. I used Premiere Pro all the time and was certain how I could edit that stuff, including the timer. We watched a whole show about it the other night, right? It is future. So listen to this. Not only is Mayor Bass saying they want to give more money to the illegals, right? That's a good question, AC. That's a good question. And you know what? We're gonna watch that video. Boris, I don't think I ever went over that video because I was gonna do it during the daytime, and I don't think I ever did. So we'll go over it right next. We're gonna go over it next. Shit, what did I just do? I just clicked on Future Miracles. So listen to this. Mayor Karen Bass is now saying that there were no riots. There were no riots in LA. Let's see.
Mayor Bass, this is kind of more of a broader national question. Reports indicate that ICE agents and police officers in Texas have been targeted in ambushes, including in Alvarado, where assailants in tactical gear allegedly lured officers with fireworks before opening fire.
Gotcha,
Given your
Boris.
strong opposition to federal immigration enforcement actions in Los Angeles, how would you address similar escalations of violence against law enforcement in Texas?
Listen to what
and
she
what
says.
Steps would you propose to prevent such unrest from
Be right
spreading
back.
to Los Angeles
Gotta blow my nose.
while balancing community safety and your sanctuary city policies?
Well, let me just say that the quote-unquote riots that were reported never happened.
Mayor Bass, this is kind
Did
of
you
more
just
of a
hear that?
broader national question. Reports
Did you just hear that? The quote-unquote riots, they never happened. Is this lady out of her freaking mind? Is she out of her freaking mind? And AC, I don't know who she's protecting. And no, I'm not going to jump on this train. A lot of people are right away going and saying, hey, yes, she's protecting Donald J. Trump. And I could, I mean, yes. Is it a possibility? Yes. Do I think that's what's going on? Hell no. Right? No way in hell. And like, Boris keeps, Boris and I text a lot. He actually brings me a lot of news, and we enjoy talking about news and stuff. And Boris is like, Eddie, don't you think if President Trump was on that list, that the liberals will be hounding and hounding and hounding to get that list out? Right? They every time they do everything to go against Trump, and they lie about it. If it was really true, don't you think they'd be showing it already? It makes a lot of sense, right? Makes a lot of sense. So speaking of that, let's go find Doc this guy who's in my Discord? Hello? The body language guy. Jose Enrique Rosas. If you guys aren't subscribed to this guy, he's a good guy to listen to. Who just popped in here? It is AC. He's just not talking. AC's scared.
I'm letting you do what you do.
Right on. Do you want me to share the screen so you can watch it in real time?
I'm actually watching it on my screen.
But I'm going to show you video, so it'll be 30 seconds behind.
It doesn't matter to me. You can do it either way.
Okay. Have you ever seen the body language guy, this Jose Enrique Rosas?
I've heard of him. I've never seen any of his videos. No.
Oh, he dissected this video the other day, and it was amazing. Boris actually got me onto this guy, And so this is his next video, though. Now he says, I prove that the Epstein list does exist. Flora says, Gray told me when she lived in Florida, Bondi was always soft on pedos and human traffickers. Wow. Crazy. However, Mr. T is on the list and admitted to it in 2019, but the plane never took off with him on it. Actually, so I heard there's different stories. I heard his plane broke down, and so Epstein offered him a ride on his plane or something like that. I don't know.
It was never, and I can speak on this because I do know this. Trump went from Florida to New York and New York to Florida. He never went to the island.
Yeah. Sometimes we can that's what I've heard too. I got to find out where I heard that at. But anyway, let's watch this guy. It's a short 15-minute video, and he describes why he thinks that there is an Epstein client list. I can't wait for his next video to come out because I know he's going to talk about what happened.
Now, whether you want to call it a client,
there we go.
Okay, I'm going to be blunt. In this video, I'm going to prove that both the Department of Justice and the FBI are trying to sweep under the rug one of the most disgusting operations of human trafficking in recent history. And we're talking, of course, about Jeffrey Epstein.
I like this guy's suits.
Now, whether you want to call it a client list or a blackmailing list or a black book, we're going to prove with pure logic and reasoning that all the records of this operation, including the names of the criminals who were Epstein's accomplices, helpers, and partners in crime, are being concealed from the public for some reason. Hello and welcome back, my body language buddies. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the body language guy, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss any of my body language analysis and tips. Let's get down to it. So we are going to start with the number one. What Epstein was really doing. Let's start from the beginning. Jeffrey Epstein did not just have a rich person party house. He had a highly organized system to bring in very young women and girls, some underage, to be abused sexually. These were not random encounters. It was systematic, happening over many years in different locations like New York, Florida, New Mexico, and his private island. This means that we are not talking about a one-time crime or a small mistake. We're talking about a decades-long criminal business with different moving parts that needed to work together. So, just from the scale of the operation, you're starting to realize that he and Ghislaine Maxwell just couldn't have done it all on their own. Which leads into number two.
Wait, so basically what he's saying, and AC, you can tell me if you think I'm wrong here, what he's saying is this. He had such a big operation, right? It was in many different places, right? So you have many people working for you. You know, you're catering to rich people, so you got to have, butlers and maids and, what other kind of people would they have? Well, you get the gist. He had all kinds of people. And it's very well known that he has cameras all over his houses, right? Cameras all over his houses.
And I will add something to that.
Go for it.
And I've been saying this for a while. I honestly think he was a part of a 3-letter agency.
That's what a lot of people are saying.
Because of the things that I've been looking at, because you do know Mr. Epstein has said he was a part of a 3-letter agency and tried to backtrack it.
Yeah. It's definitely possible. And it's becoming more the more I look into it, the more it's becoming plausible. You know what I mean?
And it's very much is plausible. And the thing about it, I'm not gonna get ahead. I honestly think, and this is my opinion, we're going on I think Trump's pulling the strings a little bit with this. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I think Trump's pulling strings because you got Democrats saying they want this list out. Why?
Yeah.
Why are they saying that it needs to come out now. And yes, they've been saying it.
Oh, you mean all the liberals?
For the last week or two.
Yeah, I seen that, but I have, I understand. Yes, Trump knew him. I don't think he had anything on Trump, on President Trump. I could, until I see actual proof, I'm not going to jump on that bandwagon. Okay.
I'm not saying that Trump's on the list. I think Trump's playing the establishment. I think Trump is trying to bring people together and is going to release all of it, and it's going to bring down a lot of people that are around Trump and are in politics here in the States and probably around the world, is what I honestly think he's doing.
Gotcha. It's very
but
possible.
I could be wrong about that.
I
can be wrong about that.
I've thought it over, and we talked about it the other night. I think I have 3 or 4 different opinions. Let me talk it through real quick. So one is that there really is no client list, and that one's way down on my list. I don't think that one's the possibility or plausible. I mean, it's plausible, but I don't think it's close enough. Number 2 is, well, people like playing word salad, right? He didn't have a client list. He had clients, but he never wrote them on a list. So that's their way of saying, well, he didn't have a client list because, you know what I mean? They're walking around it. Another possibility could be that he's trying to make everybody feel all warm and squishy, like, oh, we got away with it, and then come in when they're least expecting. There's a possibility there. So those are my 3 kind of options that I've been thinking about.
I like the third one.
Yeah.
I like the third one because that's where I'm at.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's where I'm at because some name that you put into the chat, I'm being very careful because I don't want any of us to end up getting anything. But because he's out and about now.
Prince Andrew?
Yeah, he's out and about now.
I didn't say he was on there. I just said, somebody mentioned princes. I was like, do you mean Prince Andrew? I just, I'm not accusing nobody of nothing. I just.
That's what we heard.
Yeah. You watch South Park?
A little bit.
Well, there was an episode where Cartman, he was doing his news, and he was doing like he called himself an investigative journalist, and he's like, is Wendy Testaberger really the slut that likes to give her underwear away to other guys, or is she? And he always added the "or is she," and you knew he was lying about whatever he said when he's like, "or is she?" And the news does that. They do that. Anyways, let's see what this guy has. Let's go to number 2. In this video here.
2. You cannot run an operation without keeping track of everything. Imagine that you run even a small delivery service, like pizza delivery. I just came up with that example. But anyway, you will need lists. Who orders, where to deliver, where to get your fresh ingredients, maintenance of all the appliances of the kitchen, who paid, who to call if there's a problem. Now, imagine Epstein's case. It's like a giant illegal delivery service, except that instead of pizzas, he was moving people, arranging meetings, hiding identities, booking flights, managing staff, and keeping powerful guests happy. Because at the very least, we know that many people either flew with him on his private jet or visited his private island and other properties.
Who was the other guy? Wait a minute. Can you see? Do you know who that guy is? The guy on the right?
I have no idea.
I wonder who that is.
Could it be a bodyguard of Bill Gates or his boyfriend?
Or his boyfriend. I don't know. Boris, do you know who? So Boris is the guy Boris sent me this video. And Boris has been sending me the good stuff lately. Boris is really good at it, right? So, but anyways. Oh, now I get it. Future said Pizzagate, right? Now I get why he used pizza. Oh my gosh. How did that go? That went right over my head.
That went over our head.
Oh my gosh.
Over mine too.
Thank you so much, Future. The guy who makes these hats for me, Jeff, he said, when he sends it to me, he sends me Pizzagate hats. I have a whole bunch of or Pizzagate stickers. I got a whole bunch of those. Anyways, let's get back to the video. I really like this dude. He's very articulate, and how he speaks and stuff.
Either flew with him on his private jet or visited his private island and other properties. Without some kind of list, he would not know who was coming to visit, which victim or girl to schedule for each guest, which staff to assign for cleaning, catering, or security, when the private jets were taking off or landing, where the guests were supposed to sleep or hide.
Oh,
This
sorry.
is common sense. Even legal businesses need records, so a dangerous and illegal business needs them even more to control risk
Here we go. Hold on.
and keep leverage.
She told me to move because the words are on top of them. Let me turn the words off for a second. Boris must be cooking a steak. Okay, there the words are missing. Now you can look at them. 3, 2, 1. Breathe. All right, here we go.
Now, you might ask, leverage over what? Well, leverage over all those implicated, keeping it all as private as possible. Which brings us to number 3. He needed leverage to stay alive. Epstein was not dealing with low-level criminals. He was connected to very powerful people, politicians, billionaires, royals, and also famous scientists and academics. Why would this
Oh, wait a minute. Which famous scientist do you think he's talking about?
There's probably quite a few of them.
So like when I think of famous scientists, 3 come to my mind instantly, and the third I don't even know exactly his name. So there is Bill Nye, the science guy,
which he isn't actually a scientist, but
still,
that's a whole nother issue.
Yeah. Then there's Neil deGrasse Tyson, pops in my head. And then there's the Japanese guy, is it Yuki something?
Yeah, it's something like that. But because of me being a nerd, I also, and I don't think she had anything to do with the Maria Bollick that was on that not that 72, but
you're talking about Blossom, Mayim,
yeah,
whatever her name is. Yeah.
Yes.
This was the Japanese scientist I'm talking about, Michio Kaku.
All right.
He's on a lot of stuff. Why you think Blossom was on there? Interesting.
No, I don't think she was, but that's a name when I hear the word scientist, because she actually is a scientist.
Yeah,
that is one thing she actually is.
You know who else is another another scientist type person? Oh my gosh, I can see her beautiful face. The girl from oh my gosh, Boy Meets World? Danica McKellar. You know who I'm talking about?
Oh yes, I do.
Danica McKellar.
Topanga.
No, not Topanga. This one, Danica McKellar. This girl. She'll show up in your screen in a minute. She's an American actress, mathematics writer.
That's not Boys Meets World. That's the Wonder Years.
Oh, the Wonder Years. Okay, the Wonder Years. She is. What is she?
She played. She played. I can't think of the girl's name, but
Winnie Cooper.
It was the Wonder Years.
Winnie Cooper.
Yes, that's it. Winnie Cooper.
She's a mathematician.
When you said Boy Meets World, that's
Topanga. That's Topanga. Oh yeah, Topanga was hot too.
Yes, she was.
And DJ Tanner. Oh my gosh, DJ Tanner. You got to rumble yourself. Your chat quit working. Okay.
People allow a single man to know their darkest secrets and not immediately.
So getting back to what he said a few seconds ago, he's saying, Jeffrey Epstein, he needs to keep this stuff so he can stay alive. Right?
I don't think he did. Because if he's working for a 3-letter agency, like I think he was, And I also think he was a part of a foreign spy operation because of Ghislaine Maxwell's dad.
I don't know.
Because there's a lot of things that most people don't know. And I don't know if you know this, but Ghislaine Maxwell's dad was a part of Mossad.
I didn't know her dad was a part of Mossad. I knew he owned a lot of news agencies. I didn't know he was a part of Mossad.
He was a part of Mossad, yes.
Interesting. I did not know that. Did not.
So that I'm like, this is gonna be a spoiler for some of you. I don't even think he's dead.
Other people were saying that yesterday or the day before as well. Because Jeff Mack, if you know who Jeff Mack is, he rated me on my Epstein stream the other day, and we've got a lot of his people coming over. Interesting, but yeah, let's see.
Good, and that's good. I am happy that there are other streamers that are trying to help you out because Eddie, I'm going to say this, and I don't say it about many people.
Hope's going to tell you to shut the fuck up
than I do.
Hope's going to tell you to shut the fuck up because you're giving me a big head.
But you deserve more people than I have. But that's my opinion because of what you do and how good you actually do this and how much time you put into it.
Right on.
But that's my opinion.
Thank you. So Future just said Boris says there's a girl looks just like Topanga, but so Boris has never seen the show. Topanga, Boy Meets World. So this was her in the TV show, and even actually this is a little later in the TV show, but this is how she looks now. And isn't she? I believe she is conservative too, isn't she? Isn't she conservative?
I do believe.
Oh no, that's DJ. So DJ Tanner is conservative for sure. She refused to do certain movies because of her conservatism. All right, let's finish. Let's
eliminate
get on with
him.
this.
The answer: Epstein had leverage. His client list could have just been a contact list, meaning names, dates, photos, all the videos are recorded from the many.
See what I mean? So he's now saying, well, maybe the list was just it wasn't really a list, and that's how they're getting around saying it. Or says there's they do look pretty similar.
Cameras installed in all his properties, witness records. All that was his weapon to keep himself safe. And let's think for a minute that he was not only trafficking people, he was also getting people to know each other, connecting scientists with people who could invest in their projects. So if you had a party with a famous scientist, powerful politicians, and even royalty, that would add
so he keeps bringing up famous scientists. I'm going to play this, but I'm going to look and try and see who he's suggesting
to the party itself. Without a very thorough list to keep track of everything, as in who went to which party and for what reason, who was in which location, who met whom at each time, he would be completely vulnerable. Any guest could have exposed him to authorities, and he would have been jailed decades earlier.
Wow.
He only survived because people knew he could bring them down.
Okay. Who else? What's another famous scientist who's no longer with us? AC. Think of probably one of the most world-renowned scientists that everybody knows about. Or anybody in the chat.
I would say Tesla, but Tesla died before Epstein was ever born.
No, not even close. And it's not Elon Musk either. I'm going to put it on the screen. I'm going to wait another few seconds. And I'm not saying he was on Epstein's client list, but there is a picture of him with Epstein. And this person might need some help in the way of getting a woman to like him, because once you see him, you'll understand why I'm saying that. And right. It's on my screen, so it should show up to your screen any second, guys.
And I'll probably hit myself when I see the picture.
Oh my god, that girl is hot.
All right. All right. All right. Yeah.
But I mean, think about it. This guy, no what? I mean, he was born normal, and then what did he have? ALS, was it? I think.
I do believe.
So I mean, can you imagine? You know, I know how hard it is to get women. You know, can you imagine this guy who's drooling and you know what I mean? So it makes sense for him to maybe try and go not for little kids, but you know, I'm not defending the man by any means.
Every single one of them. So, if there were truly no list or no book or whatever, Epstein would have no leverage. That would be like walking into Chicago's Washington Park, screaming the N word and hoping for the best. But now we need to play devil's advocate with a number 4. Even if it was just for himself, he needed an army of helpers.
But
you can
Oh,
build
hold on.
your future as a licensed
Stop it
counselor.
for a moment.
Wait, what's that?
If this is true, if there is a list, he wouldn't need a list. Why? Because of all the videos. He wouldn't need the list to remember what party they came to. Why? He would have it all on video. There's videotape and the evidence. If you go look, you'll see evidence of videotapes, cassette, and all of that. If he had just that, these people won't do nothing to him because they don't know who else has a copy.
Yeah.
So I don't think he really needs the he really wouldn't need that list. Because think about this. The picture of Bill Clinton. How many people seen that? I wonder how many people seen that picture.
Oh, tons. Oh, tons.
So if he has a picture of a former president, what's some no name going to think?
Yeah.
He has dirt on me.
Why are you
So
Why are
he
you
doesn't
so?
need the
Are you
list.
afraid to get Clinton? Are you afraid to get Clinton?
And I'll behave myself. I won't say it.
Okay, real quick. So you know how the guy just mentioned that's like going to Washington Park and saying the N word. So I got to show you guys this funny cutaway from Family Guy.
Peter, where are you going?
Last day on Earth, last chance to do this. I'm going into the inner city and I'm going to yell the N-word. They respected me for saying it.
Sorry, I had to do it. All right, let's get this commercial
California
over with that they're
contractor,
doing.
and it all starts selecting a course at contract.
Let's pretend for a moment that Epstein never shared any of the girls with the guests. Let's say.
Okay, hold on. Boris says, according to Bondi, there's only CP. Oh yeah, there's only. Yeah, I don't know. I guess we can't say that, huh? There's only videos downloaded by Epstein. So she says that he sat there and downloaded. What was it, like 20,000 hours? Was it 20,000 hours of videos or something like that?
Something like that.
That's
yeah.
Yeah. It's just insane. You know, I guess maybe she says, well, she's thinking, well, the Democrats get away with lying and people just believe it. Then, you know, I'm just going to lie and they'll believe it. I wonder if that's how their thoughts are. No, I don't know.
I think she's a part of the establishment, but that's my opinion.
Interesting. We'll have to talk about that on another day.
Argument's sake, that it was all just for himself. Even if in this imaginary scenario, he still needed pilots to fly private jets, cooks and catering staff to prepare meals and keep guests fed, maids and cleaners to maintain the houses and disinfect rooms, drivers and security.
I'm sorry. Did you hear him? He's like, they had to disinfect the rooms. He kind of like cringed when he said it. Oh my goodness.
I showed it today for the Daily Show, and I showed a clip of Scott Jennings leveling into someone, and one of them that he was speaking to, that he berates him nicely, but he berates him and the guy's head is down, and I'm like, you just got Jennings. That's what I said in my mind. I was like, you just got Jennings.
Right on. Hey, we're gonna do a quick commercial. Oh, go ahead.
The thing about this, I don't think these idiots are ready for what's coming.
I don't think so either. All right, we're gonna do Rumble Premium. Oh, this is Rumble Premium. They're normally short. Oh no, they're not. This is a long one. This sponsorship is from Rumble, one that's incredibly important to the survival of the company. When Rumble first started in 2013, they built the platform for the small creator. They didn't censor or have biases. They were fair and treated all creators equally. No one thought that platforms would censor political conversations or censor opinions on COVID, but they did. Facebook admitted they fell to the pressure from the Biden and Harris administration. Rumble did not. They held the line. They're attacked daily for giving us a voice to talk to you, my good friends. They are attacked in corporate media. They're attacked by governments like France. They're attacked from brand advertisers who refuse to even work with them. Corporate America is fighting to remove your free speech. Rumble is fighting to keep it. Rumble won't survive with brand advertisers because they don't really get much of it. Watching our show on Rumble is the most they can ask from you. But if you really believe in this fight, and if you have the means, one major way you can help Rumble survive is by joining Rumble Premium. Join the community that believes in the First Amendment and believes in our human right to free speech. Rumble is offering $10 off with the promo code STUDIO when you purchase an annual subscription. So go to rumble.com/premium and use promo code STUDIO. Like I said, if you have the means and you believe in the cause, now's the time to join Rumble Premium. If you don't have those means, well, we understand, and we're just happy if you watch us on Rumble. Here we go. And by the way, AC gave away a year subscription to Rumble Premium on his show last Saturday.
It was actually last Friday night
on
Friday the 4th of July. I mean,
that's
and
right.
I went to somebody that's been with me for a while. So, guys,
Perfect.
maybe here in the near future, when I get around 2,500, there might be opportunities to win a year of Rumble Premium, maybe.
Well,
there might be other prizes. Who knows?
Right on. Yeah, when I get up there again, it's crazy. I went and I had like 400 or 500. Next thing you know, I had like 25,000 subscribers on YouTube. It's crazy how quick it can grow sometimes. Anyways, let's get back to this.
Guards to escort girls, pick up guests, watch the perimeter.
I
booking
forgot about
agents
security
or
guards.
schedules to arrange travel, accommodations, and activities. Doctors or wellness staff to handle emergencies or keep victims quiet. And of course, lawyers and accountants to handle money and hush money payments.
Can you imagine how much money they spent on lawyers? Holy cheap shit.
All of these people saw things. They knew who came and went. They knew the condition of the
I'm sorry. Did you hear what he just said? I'm like Beavis and Butthead right now. He's like, they came and went.
Eddie, act your age, not your shoe size.
Man.
Victims. They heard rumors. They saw guests arrive at odd hours. They saw who went into private rooms. These workers would be forced to sign NDAs, non-disclosure agreements, or be threatened into silence. Yet, even if they never spoke publicly, there would still be paperwork, receipts, employment records, flight logs, and supply invoices, everything. It is impossible to run such a complex hidden operation without these logistical people, and they would inevitably produce a trail. And with that trail, we land on number 5. Financial records prove connections. Epstein did not operate for free. He moved millions of dollars through shell companies, trust funds, and mysterious donations. When powerful people visited, they sometimes gave donations to his so-called foundations or offered consulting fees to hide payments. Even if nobody ever wrote for illegal services on a check, you still see money moving to charter jets, to hire extra staff, to book entire islands or properties, certain unexplained loans or gifts. All of this leaves a financial trail. I mean, the IRS and banks keep copies
Right,
of these
Fisher?
records for years. A serious investigation would reveal all the connections just by following the money. So if there is no list, then either the financial records are being hidden or destroyed, which is impossible because every institution involved would keep a copy, or someone is deliberately ignoring them. Not to mention number 6, guests' own schedules would expose them. Let's look at this from another angle, the
Right.
guests themselves. Epstein's visitors didn't beam down from space. They booked flights, they canceled public appearances, they had security details. Every celebrity or politician has staff, assistants, and travel agents. If a well-known figure disappears for 3 days to go to Epstein's island, there are logs, there are private jet manifests which are kept by aviation authorities, security detailed travel plans, customs or immigration entries because of international travel, hotel or property
Yeah, but
guest logs.
was Epstein's island? Was that its own separate country, or was that part of the United States? Did you need a passport to go
It
there?
was not. It was. I'm not sure if you needed a passport because I know it was out in the Mediterranean Sea and um, little St. James Island. I do not think it's actually a part of the United States. I think he bought it himself.
Uh-huh.
So it would probably be a private country, a private island in the Mediterranean.
Interesting. And real quick about what he's talking about. So I'm a big fan of F1. I've been watching F1 racing, and there's this one guy that they're talking. He's talking. Everybody says he's gonna leave, driving for Red Bull and go to Mercedes. And well, a video came out today, and they're like, well, we have a little proof that they met. And they said, it's funny, they forget that manifests are on everything. And Verstappen's plane was seen going to the same little tiny town that Toto Wolff's yacht went to. And so it's funny how they bring, they're talking about this. Oh
But the
shit,
thing about
Goofy is here,
but
Mushy Mushy. Go ahead.
the thing with that Epstein, most people can't get their hands on that for one simple fact. There was no internet when a lot of this was going on.
Yeah, but they're flight logs got when
But it's probably all pen and paper. There's probably none on the internet.
interesting.
Because think about the people he hung around with. Do you really think they would put that on a computer? It's a lot harder to get the paper copies than to hack into the system to get it.
Yeah, but I think back then, customs and stuff like that had kept electronic records. I would think.
But as a private jet, you don't have to go through that.
I don't know. I've never flown on a private jet.
That's the thing about it. With a private jet, you don't even go through airport security.
That's true, huh? Never thought about that. Interesting. Well,
This is thing because of what me doing this during the day. There's a lot of things that I think about, and I'm like, yeah, the reason he had his own private jet wasn't because of it was because he could get around security. He didn't have to go through security to get on his jet or have someone on his jet. They could bypass walking through the terminals and everything. He just go out to the jet.
okay. So real quick, Future. I do not think that's Bono. I can see where you think it looks like him, but those eyebrows, I don't think that's Bono. What do you guys
You
think?
know who I think that might actually be?
Who?
Alan Dershowitz.
Let me see what Alan Dershowitz looks like.
Looks like it might be Alan Dershowitz because he was Epstein's lawyer at one point in time.
Let's see. Let me look. I'm trying to get something with his eyebrows. Yeah, his eyebrows do kind of go up like that. Here, let me show you. It's on full screen. I can't keep forgetting it's on full screen. So here's Alan Dershowitz. I don't know. Right there, his eyebrows don't really look like it.
But there's probably a lot of time between. There's probably a lot of time between them pictures if it was Alan Dershowitz.
Well, you know what? Let's look at Bono. I mean, it's a possibility. No, because Bono's. Let's see. Bono's doesn't have his hair doesn't go back like that. See, he's got the what do you call that when your hair goes back like that? I have it. What is it? Receding hairline? Is that what you call it? Receding hairline? Yeah. So no, I don't think that's I don't think that's Bono.
No, it
Steven,
might be Alan Dershowitz. I could be wrong about that.
Yeah,
fake names are used, payments will leave a trace. It is impossible for dozens, if not hundreds, of high-profile people to repeatedly vanish without leaving a record, especially in a world where paparazzi and journalists track movements obsessively. Which brings us to number 7. Intelligence connections require records. Let's go full Alex Jones on
Wait a
this.
minute. Okay, so now is that Woody?
Epstein
is
has
that Woody? What's his name behind him?
long been rumored to
Woody
Harrelson.
No. The old Woody, the one who slept with his daughter or did something with his daughter. The movie actor. What's his name?
I know who you mean. I can't think of his name.
He's a director. Woody Allen. Is that Woody Allen? The guy looks too young, but it might be Woody Allen. Future says
might be.
Future says yes. I don't know. It kind of looks like him.
Have ties to intelligence services, possibly as a blackmail asset. Intelligence agencies do not operate on "trust me, bro" notes. They require proof of
he married his stepdaughter,
who is going to be compromised, photos, videos, and schedules, a clear record of who received favors so they can be controlled later. In intelligence work, a blackmail asset without documentation is worse than useless. In fact, it ends up becoming a liability. So, if Epstein was really being used to gather compromising information, he needed a meticulously detailed client list or blackmail archive. But well, maybe he was just a guy who wanted tons of fresh for himself. Now let's do a reasoning exercise with number 8. Reductio ad absurdum, proof by absurdity. Let's imagine a world where Epstein never kept a list. He would not know which girl to assign to which guest or to himself. He would not know which guest was arriving on which day.
I think he's giving him too much credit
here. He would not know what preferences each guest had. He would not have any insurance to stop guests from betraying him. His entire operation, even if it was just for himself, would have been exposed almost immediately. Staff and helpers would not know what to prepare for, leading to constant mistakes, and mistakes, when you're doing illegal stuff, lead to unwanted exposure. It would be like trying to run a huge international hotel chain without any reservation system, without any guest logs, and without any payment records, while doing something illegal as fuck. This is obviously impossible. The logical conclusion is that the no list claim is absurd. And that's why so many people are so pissed with Pam Bondi, Kash Patel, Dan Bongino, and of course, Donald Trump. But wait, there's more. Number 9, silence of the helpers and employees. Even if we accept that you must hide victims' identities to protect their privacy, as Bondi said at some point, that is the right thing to do, what about all the people who worked for Epstein? You remember? The pilots, the catering staff who cooked for guests and saw them at dinner tables, the drivers who picked up and dropped off girls and VIPs, The
Right.
housekeepers, the security guards who monitor cameras and saw everything happening on the property, the accountants and lawyers, all these people still exist. Their internal logs, contracts, pay slips, and travel schedules still exist. There is no way all these auxiliary witnesses simply vanish into thin air without leaving some kind of traceable document trail. And not all of them.
So it just popped in my head, and when he's talking about this kind of stuff, another thing makes more sense now that he could be a 3-letter asset. Because if he was working for a 3-letter agency, the government wouldn't want to get this list out. You know what I mean? So I think you're hitting on a point there, AC, when you think he probably was an asset to a 3-letter agency.
Because, and I'm going to say this, we've come to find out that the FBI, the CIA, all had contact with the man that shot JFK because of all the files coming out.
Mhm.
We know that. We now know, we have evidence that they lost track of him a week before JFK was shot. The thing about this, because I went through all the stuff, that how many of these people are still working for the government to this day, or someone close to them?
Yeah. So
Maureen Comey, and I want to bring and play the video, but I want to show you something that is a very interesting thing that I talked about on my show.
Okay.
Yes, Thursday.
We'll show that after this video. And Boris, Boris has told me this a lot too. He says it's believed that he worked for Mossad or MI6. He hears that a lot. And when you say, well, Ghislaine Maxwell's dad was with Mossad.
But I don't think it was just Mossad and MI6.
You think it was dipping in all
I think he was working for more than one.
He was double dipping?
I think because Mossad, MI6, the CIA, they all work together.
Mm-hmm.
They exchange people a lot. Why did they go to Christopher Steele? Christopher Steele in 2016, when that dossier came out. Why did they go to him? He was MI6.
Yeah.
There is more to this web of deceit that our government's been trying to hide for a very long time.
Yeah.
In my opinion, Donald Trump is trying to get everyone to come along for the ride.
Gotcha. All right, well, we'll watch that video next. This one's almost over. We got like 4 minutes left. Hope is always telling me, Eddie, just play the fucking video.
We're innocent and naive witnesses.
Here.
You can imagine that some of them were flat-out accomplices who Epstein trusted, and they should be prosecuted.
Boris says
But
James
before
Comey's
we reach
daughter has
the
been seen
inevitable
there a lot.
conclusion, we need to address one more point. Number 10. Let's address a popular excuse some people float to explain why there is no client list release. They say, maybe the Department of Justice is concealing the list, not exposing the big fish, so they can fry them later for something bigger than statutory rape. Let's pretend for a moment that this is true. Even if the Department of Justice really was holding back the most powerful names to build bigger cases, that does not explain why they have taken zero action against the small fish. You remember that we were talking about scientists, artists, bankers, entrepreneurs, politicians, royalty, you name it, hanging out with Epstein? And we were talking about operational accomplices as well. It is impossible to believe that every single person involved with Epstein was a top-level big fish so valuable they need to be kept secret to be
Oh, I
taken down
gotcha,
later
Boris.
or
Okay.
keep them in constant blackmail.
Yeah, I heard
There
that too.
must be mid-level and small-time people like small fish who are still guilty and could be prosecuted right now. If the Department of Justice and the FBI were truly serious about sending a message to this big fish, they could easily start by releasing or prosecuting these lower tier collaborators. Doing so would achieve two things at once. It would demonstrate to the public that justice is real and active, and it would put pressure on the bigger players by showing that no one is immune. The fact that they have chosen to release nothing at all to protect not only the alleged high-level conspirators, but also somehow, for some reason, also protect the entire supporting structure of smaller enablers and anybody who remotely cooperated or was employed in the operation, that's an insult to anyone's intelligence. It suggests
Especially
not a
mine.
strategy to catch bigger fish, but a coordinated effort to protect everyone, big and small, and maintain this wall of silence around the entire operation. This alone reveals that the narrative of waiting to fry the big fish is logically impossible if even the smallest fry are left untouched. When you put all this together, it becomes logically impossible for Epstein to have run this complex, long-term, international criminal operation without keeping some form of list, record, or blackmail archive, even if he was the
Panda
only
Bear.
customer. The idea that there is no client list is it is an absurd fairy tale meant to comfort powerful people and distract the public. And that is one of the reasons why I told you it was so important, the wording that Pam Bondi used when she appeared alongside Donald Trump, saying that Epstein had downloaded the videos, not recorded them.
Also, to the tens of thousands of video, they turned out to be child downloaded by that disgusting Jeffrey Epstein. Downloaded.
Big difference, because
Funny.
it means Pam Bondi wants to gaslight us into believing that Epstein was just sitting alone on his island, downloading
He used
gross
the South
videos from
Park.
the internet,
That's a South Park
and
thing.
that's it. So much for protecting women and girls. So, in summary, if you can't run a pizza delivery without a list of customers and orders, you definitely cannot run a global trafficking and blackmailing empire without knowing who you're serving. But again, I would like to remind you that I am not suicidal, and I would like to know what you think about this in the comments. Don't forget to check my
I am
other
not suicidal. Okay, so what's the video that you got for me you want to show us there, Mr.
It's
AC?
not a video, but I am trying to find it.
Gee.
So give me one moment,
All right.
because there is so much going on right now around the country and around this world.
All right, let's see what Mr. Nice Guy is talking about here about.
I used to work for Steve Jobs in the early 90s, making all of his educational software. And by the way, not a nice guy. Not a nice guy. He would say to a room full of people, Kevin, I don't give a shit what the students want or the parents think or anybody thinks. It's what I want. They don't know what they want till I tell them what they want. And I said, Steve, you sound like such an asshole. You have no idea what that sounds like. He says, no. That's how it is, Kevin. Now, are you making money with me? Am I your fastest growing OEM? Have we not been wildly successful and continue to be? I said, yes, Steve, that's true. He said, then fucking shut up and do what I say. There's a concept that he understood that very few people focused on back then in the early 90s of signal to noise ratio. What was so brilliant about Jobs, his vision of signal was the top 3 to 5 things you have to get done in the next 18 hours. Not your vision for the business next week or next month or next year, just the next 18 hours you're awake. You're going to get those 3 things or those 5 things done that you have deemed critical for your mission. They must get done today. Anything that stops you from doing that is the noise.
Interesting.
So this signal to noise ratio to be successful for Steve Jobs was 80-20. 80 signal, 20 noise. And I knew that to be true with him because he would email me at 2:30 in the morning, expect me to get back to him, because back then we didn't have texts. It was all email. He was right. He was right. And the only other person that I've seen that has a higher ratio than that is Elon Musk. He has no noise. He does not deal with noise. He is 100% signal 24 seconds, every cycle. I mean, the guy is just 60 seconds of every minute, 60 minutes of every hour. The 18 hours he's awake, it's all signal.
Interesting. You find that thing yet there?
No.
Okay, I'll keep going.
No.
So Marjorie Taylor Greene, she's coming around a little bit too. She used to be just all show and ponies, but she's starting to talk some stuff now. At first, they were saying we were crazy, that they are controlling the weather and spraying chemicals in our skies. Now they're admitting that they are controlling the weather and spraying chemicals in our skies. But that is not causing any harm. Call me crazy, I don't care, but I'll go ahead and say it. Weather modification and geoengineering is deadly and dangerous, and guess what? They can't prove it's not. My bill will ban weather modification and geoengineering. The government and companies who profit off of these practices don't get to control our weather because we are all affected by it. We aren't lab rats, and weather is not a controlled movement. I like what she's saying here. I like what she's saying here. Horses over.
Thing with,
Oh,
but we know the end result they want.
yeah.
Most
So it
people
appears-
don't realize. Eddie,
Yeah.
what did you know who Mr. Klaus Schwab is, don't you?
Yeah.
People in chat, do you guys know who Mr. Klaus Schwab is? Why is he so famous? What did he say not too long ago about humans, the human species on this earth? Do you remember, Eddie?
I'm not a fan, but I'm gonna look it up real quick. Klaus
You
Schwab.
own nothing and be happy.
Own nothing and be happy. Is that what he said?
Yep, it's a video from the WEF.
Ah.
It's in a video from the WEF, the World Economic Forum. He made the statement that you own nothing and be happy.
Happy
The thing
and
about it,
clap your hands. If you're happy and and you're frank, show it. If you're happy and clap your hands. I'm
but
sorry.
the thing about it, he said we will be happy. We will be happy and know nothing. He didn't say he wouldn't.
Yeah. No, I get it. Boris says the whistleblower said they cloud seeded the shit out of Texas 2 days before the flood. Yeah, I heard about that too.
And there was a cloud seeder on Glenn Beck's program this week. And the guy said, because I actually watched the video, said they can't produce that much rain. And I'm saying bullshit. We seen what they did over in, was it Saudi Arabia or somewhere in the Middle East, where they got flooded not too long ago.
Yeah. I mean, anything's possible. All right, I'm going to show you this while you're
this
looking.
This asshole. This idiot.
Yeah. That's what I was trying to go show you guys. So, this guy, we all watched this yesterday if you were here with me, and I didn't see this, or at least notice it. And this guy actually shot a gun at the ICE agents. So watch this.
The protester fired some kind of gun at federal agents. This happened this afternoon. It was a really chaotic scene at the time. A lot of smoke was being launched at the protesters. And again, it appears a protester fired back with that weapon. It looks like he fired at least a couple of times. We have not heard about any agents being hurt.
And he shot it the way he was shooting it. He could have hit people. Well, if anybody knows who that is, and I showed it, earlier. There's somewhere around here. I have a better picture of it, and they're offering $50,000 for information leading to the arrest of that guy. Boris says also in his book, "You Will Own Nothing and Be Happy" is in Klaus' book's book cover too. It's in his
All
book
right.
cover as
That I
well.
did not know.
Yeah.
See, I learned something new every day.
Yeah. You learn. You're not that bright, so you learn a lot of shit every day. Okay.
Hey, Eddie.
Yeah.
Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. I
Alternative
won't
state
go
LA.
there. I won't.
You won't go there. Okay. Now here is where where it was mentioned earlier about immigration raids concerns. So now classes are allowed to be online for the California State University, Los Angeles.
Has decided to allow their classes to move online amid student concerns over the ongoing immigration raids. Leaders at the university say that professors can now arrange for more excused absences and alternative makeup work after students have expressed fear of commuting to school and taking public transportation. Faculty also have the option of working remotely now. There have been no reported raids on the campus. It's unclear if the majority of classes will be online when the fall semester begins, which is now. State LA has decided.
I mean, give me a fucking break. If they're illegal, they shouldn't be going to our freaking colleges anyways. Jeez Louise. Eric Daughtry says, what on earth? The entire LA area is basically treating enforcing immigration like COVID. And they are. Future says it keeps us young, what you were saying, AC.
Very true.
Insurrection unhinged insurgents attack military personnel. So let's watch this.
This is happening at Wood and Laguna, and you now see the.
I'm gonna tell you, this lady kept poking her flag in the tires. I was so hoping it was gonna get stuck and knock her on her ass. I was like praying for it last night.
Military vehicles advancing despite those protesters trying to make a stance and trying to stop them.
But what?
Because I do know what Trump said a little bit ago, and I know I seen it in chat. They're not ready. They will not like what happens.
Who, the protesters?
They're not, Eddie. They're not protesters. Once it gets violent, they're not protesters anymore. I will never call. If it gets violent, they're not protesters anymore. They're insurrectionists.
What, Donnie? I just gave you guys treats, dude. Calm down.
Oh! I will call them what they are. They're insurrectionists.
Yeah. Oh yeah. All right, hold on. We got to do a 1775 coffee one now, real quick.
Let's do it.
It's been 20 minutes already. Still haven't tried 1775 coffee? Now's your shot. The 1775 starter kit just dropped. Only 1,000 units. You're getting the bold, dark roast that hits harder than a CNN fact check. The smooth, medium roast and that vitality mushroom coffee for that clean energy and laser focus with no crash. All single origin, small batch, toxin free and mold free. Plus, you're also getting a gold spoon clip. Because freedom is a scoop with plastic, right, Donnie? A frother strong enough to stir up your coffee and your mother-in-law's political opinion. And a black 1775 tumbler that says, I don't take life advice or caffeine from a woke witch. $170 worth of coffee and gear, yours for only 99 bucks. This is for the ones who've been watching 1775 blow up on Rumble, just sitting there wondering if it's actually worth it. No, it is. Go to 1775coffee/studio and grab your starter kit before they're all gone. I mean 1775coffee.com/studio. Bold beans, clean fuel, and a morning routine that stands for something, just like Rumble does. So start your day with coffee that actually backs what you believe. Rumble, rumble, rumble. I forgot what I was going to say at the end there. Dude, will you stop?
Hey.
Just because you think...
And guys.
Yeah.
the thing about it, if you use that same promo code when you buy a year of Rumble Premium, you get $10 off there.
There
Just
you go.
saying.
There you go. I'm not giving you. You've had too many treats today already. He thinks. No, Donnie, no. So he's a former Congressman George Santos exposes Congress is actually told to buy certain stocks on the exact day. The stock will jump up 80%. He says Congress is given insider information and told when to make their trades. That no, I don't. You got to show me the proof.
Oh, he is. Oh, he's going to prison, but he's gonna take some people with him. Now that is good. I like that. Thank you, Mr. Santos.
Now here's the problem. I don't see receipts. I want to see the receipts. You know, Titanic iceberg.
Eddie, how does Nancy Pelosi always outdo the S&P 500?
Dude, I get that. And I know she does it. But what I'm saying is he's saying every single day or he just insider information told when to make their trades. He says Congress is given insider information. So he's saying all of Congress is getting this. So I don't think all of Congress is getting that. I think members definitely are getting it, but I don't think every single Congress member is getting it. That's what I'm trying to say. That's why I want to see the receipts. I know there's Republicans taking advantage of it too, but I don't think every single one is. I could be wrong, but
maybe some of them actually stick by their morals and don't actually trade stocks.
Oh, I don't know, but still, I want to see the receipts. There's too much fake news out there, and I'm sick and tired of people sharing shit just because somebody says it happened, but they don't have any proof. I need proof. From now on, for me to believe something, I got to see the fucking proof. That's that. I switched my role now, and that's what I believe in. And if people don't like it, well, then don't fucking watch my show. I'm just saying, I got to see receipts. I'm not gonna jump on these things, because too many people do it. I don't know how many times I've heard in Pride Month, oh, Chase Elliott says he won't drive his NASCAR because there's a pride flag on it. Fucking lies. And people just share it because it's something that makes them happy and they want it to be true. I get it. I've done it in the past myself. But I'm to the point now where there's so many things on X that is wrong and Facebook and everywhere else that I just call me a conspiracy theorist guy or whatever you want. But I unless I see real actual proof, I'm not gonna I'm gonna take it with a grain of salt. I'm not trying to talk bad to anybody else. I'm just saying there's only one way to convince me anymore. I'm gonna be that grumpy old man. I want to see the. I'm sick and tired of people yelling at me. Why'd you share this? This is fucking fake. Then I realize it's fake, and then I'm like, holy shit, I'm a fucking dumbass. So I just need to see proof or a preponderance of evidence. All this guy did was say it. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to be rude at all. I'm just
Eddie, and that's the thing about it. That is a good way to actually be. Is if there is no evidence, if it's just trust me, bro, because when me and you do when you come over on my daily show, what do I show you? I show you the articles. I show the proof, what they are saying, because I want people to realize I'm going to get things wrong. At times I will get things wrong.
Yeah.
But I want to be able to correct it.
I wonder how many people are not going to get this meme. I'm trying to think who in the chat right now would not. I don't know how. I forget how old Future is. I don't think she might get this meme. I know AC will get it.
Yeah, I get it.
I don't know, Boris. Have you seen this? Teacher says conspiracy theorists are 100-0, just throwing it out there. Boris says with deceptive editing and AI, you can't even believe your own eyes. Only 70% of time nowadays. I agree. I mean, it's just insane how good AI is. Remember in the old days, like, well, show me the proofs. Let me see the picture. Let me see the video. First, we couldn't. We had to stop seeing the picture because of Photoshop. Now we have to stop believing everything because of AI. Just completely insane.
That's why I will always show the headline and where I'm getting it from. So if I get something wrong, I can go back and show them because it's on screen. That's the one thing that I do. I will always show the article.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm trying to find a video to show you.
I know how powerful AI actually is. Believe me, I know more than I say.
Watch this out.
Well, Boris, if they are monetized starting the 14th, they're going to be losing because of new terms for the partner program.
Yeah, I got an email about that the other day.
I don't know if I'm gonna get it because the only thing I get is super chats. I don't get actual money from YouTube. I don't get ad revenue
On Rumble? Oh
on
no, you're
YouTube.
talking about YouTube. Oh yeah. No, I don't get money either. So this is gonna be about this program. So you know how they said with the Epstein clips, it was AI, or it was edited in Premiere Pro. Now,
Yeah,
I haven't seen this video, but I'm guessing it's gonna show you exactly what you can do, and this is a short one. So
I'm Colin Smith.
watch
Let's
this
have a
real quick.
look at the biggest new feature in Adobe Premiere Pro. That's AI Generative Extend.
So watch this.
The whole lot better is inside Adobe Premiere Pro in Generative Extend. So we can take a clip and extend it. If you've ever wanted to add a transition, but you didn't have enough frames, you can now generate new real frames and put a transition in there, or add a little breathing room to a clip. Audio and
hold on.
A little badge that looks and acts and works more like.
Here we go. Sorry, I'm trying to get the right
one
spot.
clip. It's easier to generate and work with and cut. So that's what you're seeing right here. So I'm going to go to full screen and play this. And I picked something hard, fire. Boom. Could you see the difference? I couldn't. Boom.
Doesn't that look like completely real?
So right around here, that's where the AI takes over.
Looks just like fire to me. The whole scene.
Typical
this
of
is how
AI
easy
generation, organic stuff, it does a really good job of. Let's go to this next one, which is faces. Oh boy, faces can be very difficult for AI to work with. So let's go full screen and see again if you can recognize where the AI is. Boom. I'll go to the end, go backwards.
You can't really tell the difference there. It looks so real.
Because it is because of my actual background.
That's original.
There's
That's AI.
things that
Original
I know how
AI.
to do that most people don't.
So in this example, really good job. It keeps that blurriness.
But anyways, folks, so that's what I mean. That's how good AI is. And that's why I don't trust shit anymore. And I use this program. I mean, I use Premiere Pro. That's how I edit all my videos.
But Mr. Eddie, I am getting off of here. I am getting me some sleep.
Yeah, it's 11 o'clock. Yeah, right on. A good
But
idea.
thank you for letting me come up. Everyone in chat, I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. And
everybody say fuck off, AC, in the chat.
Hey, just tell me to hop off of here. That would be appropriate. Night,
All right,
Eddie.
bud.
Night,
Thanks.
everybody.
Yeah, thanks for stopping by. Yeah, I got to get up early tomorrow. I got some guy coming to take out stuff. That's a good idea. We should probably get out of here because it's getting late. Fucking Mayor Bat. Dimwit. She's definitely a dimwit. Anyways, you guys, it's about that time. It's getting late. So, Future and Boris and AC, I appreciate y'all. And that I guess gotta eat. You gotta know what that. Anyways, but we'll catch y'all later. Probably tomorrow. I gotta go to dinner at my brother's house for my stepdad's birthday. That's gonna be interesting. But anyways, y'all have a good night. We'll catch you later. And I guess I should do what that guy says. I didn't commit suicide. Or I'm not suicidal. Yeah. Good night, y'all. And Grog just now showed up.